The gentleman from Colorado, Mr. Perlmutter, who is also the chair of the Subcommittee on Consumer Protection and Financial Institutions, is now recognized for 5 minutes.
Good morning, Mr. Powell. How are you?
Fine, how are you?
I'm good. And I just want to thank you. You've been getting picked on inflation, but I'd like to start with chart 1 of your book. I always ask about your charts because I love them. And chart 1 shows a tremendous growth in employment, as does chart 2 shows a tremendous drop in unemployment, the converse of it. And it's like dropped from about 14% to 4%. Do you think that the Fed's monetary policy helped in reducing the unemployment rate?
Yes, for sure.
Okay. And, 2 years ago, we were going into a pandemic, and you and I had a conversation about the potential for a worldwide recession of a magnitude we'd never seen. Did we hit that? Did we get that recession?
No, we didn't.
And you may recall, I'm a bankruptcy lawyer. So I look at things kind of with the pessimist eye. I expected many bankruptcies. Did we have those? Did we have the bankruptcies that we thought we might get?
We sure didn't.
Okay. Do you have any idea how much the gross domestic product has grown in the last year?
I want to say 5-point-something%.
Well, it's actually more than that. And one of your charts has that, I think it's on page 23, chart 14. It's went from 2020 to now, it went from less than 17.5 trillion up to 20 trillion. So it's substantial, about 15%. Now, I don't think it's that much, but it's substantial. Did we expect that when we went into COVID?
You mean since the trough? Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I was just giving you the last year. So, as you know, we were looking at some really bad scenarios and hoping they wouldn't happen in the first half of 2020.
Now, the Fed took some pretty dramatic actions, as did central banks around the world, did it not?
Yes.
Okay. And the Congress, led by the Democrats, took some pretty substantial and dramatic steps, including the CARES Act, the American Rescue Plan, the infrastructure bill, to build a better America and to help us get out of what looked like it could be a tremendous recession. Now, I could ask you, did it not? But I'm not going to lead you in that one. But what I do want to talk about is the fact that despite the one flaw that Republicans can find, which is inflation, we have lower unemployment, a bigger economy. Do you know how many other countries have higher inflation around the world than America? 64, according to Trade Economics Inflation of country by country. 64. This is a worldwide phenomenon, is it not?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So I want you to take a look at a couple more of your charts, because I think these are probably the most important. And they are the median wage growth found in chart C on page 12, and the change in the price index for personal consumption on the next page, found on page 13, diagram 8. According to your chart on page 12, the bottom quarter of wage earners have had their wages increase by almost 9%. Do you see that?
Yes.
And the next quarter, by 6.5%, 7%. Do you see that?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and then you look over to the next page, and we're running, I think you said it, about 5.5% inflation. So wage earners in the bottom half are making more money than they are potentially, if I do the math, they're making anywhere 8-9% against a 5% increase in cost. Now, it's not apples to apples, but wages are going up, are they not?
So wages at the bottom, in the bottom quartile, have gone up in real terms. I do not think that's true for the second, third, and fourth quartiles, but it is true for the bottom quartile, that their wages, nominal wages, have gone up higher, more than inflation.
Okay. So last question. When you and I spoke at the beginning of this year, and my time has expired, I'll ask it to you later on. And I thank you for your service, sir. I thank you for keeping us out of a recession. I think we built a better America by staying out of the recession. I yield back.
Thank you so